Konnichiwa everybody, welcome back to another episode. I'm trying to keep this short today. As you've probably guessed from the title, I'm just focusing on one particular item. And it's for the mighty Saturn. And is it the sexiest controller you can get for the Saturn? I don't know, maybe it is. Anyway, I'm talking about the Mission Stick. If you've not seen one before, it's that's what it looks like. This is the box, obviously, Japanese, of course, and then obviously out of the box it looks like that. Now it never came out in PAL territories as far as I'm aware. I'm almost sure it didn't. Came out in 1995 in Japan, and it also came out in America. In this form, as I've showed you, and there's also a special set with a bundle copy of Space Harrier, the game, in with the controller. I'll put a picture up somewhere of that special set box. It is particularly nice. I would have preferred that, if I'm honest, but I've wanted this for so long and it's really quite difficult to come by, and they're usually expensive, unfortunately. I think because of the rarity and the fact that nobody probably bought them back in the day. The funky thing is with these, you can use them both left and right handed. I've got it set up like this, which is as it's pictured on the box, as you can see. No, it ain't, is it? No, I've got it the other way around. I tell a lie. So yeah, you can, it's awkward to elbow, you can set it up either way to use either right or left handed. This is set up in like a more traditional controller, if you like, with the movement on the left and the buttons on the right, which I thought, to be honest, was the way I would prefer to play it. But having tried it both ways, I'm veering on the side of the other way around, like it is on the box, to be honest. And having the joystick in the right hand and the fire buttons in the left, I don't know, it kind of felt slightly better. Like that terrible Master System stick, which nobody wants to use because it's awful. Somehow it seemed slightly better on this, but it works great either way anyway. And it's dead simple to adjust. If you can see, there's just two screws you stick in the bottom, and then that then becomes, both like parts become loose then, and you can just flip it over. As you can see, that hinge moves that side and you fix the joystick this side with the same two screws. It's an absolute doddle, probably a 2-minute job. But yeah, like I say, it's got auto fire on all the buttons, as you can see at the top as well, so that's really useful for the some games obviously which need auto fire. Saves you keep pressing the fire buttons. I've had to write a few of these facts down here because my memory ain't good enough to remember them. There is also, I don't know if you can see on the bottom there, there's two, you plug one side into the other with this lead, but there's also a secondary slot which I believe you can, if you're mad enough to buy two of these, you can plug another stick in the other side of the fire button panel to then create a twin stick setup, although it doesn't work like the twin stick virtual on controller. As far as I can find out, it only works on Panzer Dragoon 2 in the twin stick setup. So it's quite an investment to go down that route just to play one game. But the option's there if you're crazy enough. I'm not going to be buying another one to test it. It seems silly when you've got the two sticks there that it doesn't work like the proper virtual on twin sticks, but God knows why. Oh, I didn't mention that either. In addition to the fire buttons and the auto fire, you've also got on the top of the stick a throttle control, which is kind of an up and down movement, but it's like it's like sprung, and you can't leave it either up or down. It centralises to the middle, and it's like a plain throttle, I believe. And you've also got two fire buttons on the top of the stick as well. Some games use that throttle control. I think there are 2 or 3. We'll come on to the games in a minute. You can play with it. It works on mouse games as a conventional controller, like a control pad, if you like. I mean, you know, if you want to use it, this sort of automatically detects whether it's an analog style game or a digital control game, and then the stick works. If it's an analog game, the stick will work analog, because there is like quite a lot of movement on the stick. And if it's a digital only game, it'll just work like a digital D-pad on the normal control pad. So it is quite versatile. I mean, it's perhaps not as useful or as practical as the control pad, but the option's there should you want to play normal games with it. You can in most cases. There are as far as I can work out, there are 24 supported games for, or you know, supported games for this stick, which are like dedicated. You know, you can use it with this rather than just working on them regardless. And there are a couple which definitely don't work from what I've read. Tunnel B1 doesn't work, which, who cares, it's rubbish in my opinion. The unfortunate one that doesn't work is Bulk Slash, which is crazy. It don't work with the virtual on stick either, and you know, it's the kind of game which would be perfect for either, but for some unknown reason it only works with the control pad. But like I said, there are 24 games in total. Now I've got some of them, I haven't got all of them. So we'll run through, well, I'll tell you what, we'll run through the ones I haven't got to start with. Congo is one. Crime Wave is another one. Siberia. Then there's something called Fusu Sensei. No idea. Gen War. There's an Atari like retro arcade collection it works with. Shockwave Assault, which I remember seeing, PAL. Some kind of like, I think it's some kind of space sim from my memory. It works with Soviet Strike, which is the only one that I haven't got that I would actually like to track down. It's only 10 quid in CX as well, so at some point I'm going to try that. Starfighter 3000, which is again is another space sim type game, but I think that's one of the 2 games that work purposely with that throttle control on the stick. But it's not my bag, so I wouldn't go down that route. Then there's Thunderhawk, which is, you know, is a dirt cheap game, so at some point I'll probably try that. And then there's another one called Vatlover, which looks kind of cool. I've only found out about that since researching this mission stick, and that's kind of a top-down virtual on, if you like. Looks kind of cool, or you could argue it kind of looks like it's not 3D because it's top down, but it kind of looks 3D, although it's top down. Version of Berserk, if you remember that far back. So right, the games I have got now of the 24 that work with it. Now I've not tried all these yet with the stick, unfortunately. I bought it particularly for one game, and you probably know what it is. There's a massive clue in the room. But anyway, it works with Black Dawn, which is a kind of a helicopter flight combat game, and in a similar style, Black Fire. I think Black Dawn is another one that uses the throttle control from my memory. Then we've got Mech Warrior 2. Actually, it's a 3D mech game. Then we've got Night Striker, which is kind of a mix between Space Harrier and a racing game. Very good, actually. Then we've got Panzer Dragoon 1, Panzer Dragoon 2, Need for Speed apparently, I've not tried it. I'm guessing the analog control works quite well with that. Then we're getting down to the, you know, the serious sharp end now. Afterburner. Who wouldn't want to play Afterburner with that funky stick? But then the main one, obviously, the reason I've bought it, or the reason I've got it, is Space Harrier. Wow. And then we've got Sky Target, similar game to Afterburner. It apparently works with Sukhoi Gurentai, so that might be interesting. And then the last one it works with that I've got is Wing Arms. But yeah, as I say, the reason you might want to buy it, you know, if you're a Saturn nut, is Space Harrier, because, you know, it's just the authenticity of playing Space Harrier with the stick, just like the arcade, and in the same sort of vein, Afterburner as well. To be able to play it with a flight stick, it feels so authentic, just like, you know, playing the arcade game, because obviously Space Harrier and Afterburner on the Saturn are both mega conversions. I'm not going to lie and say it's better with the stick than the control pad, because after years of playing it with the control pad, it feels a bit unnatural to be playing it like this. That said, it's one hell of a sexy controller if you ask me, and an amazing way to be able to play two awesome Sega arcade games. But what do you think? Is it something you know, you'd consider looking at if you know, if you like Space Harrier and Afterburner? Let me know in the comments. But I just thought I'd share that anyway. Just a quick short episode on the awesome Saturn Mission Stick. But let me know what you think anyway. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you soon. Sayonara.